One bottle color, billions of dollars in market share gone. I was inside the company that lost. They weren't slow. They weren't dumb. They had more trucks, more coolers, more shelf space than anyone in the country. And they optimized everything. And a green bottle took it all apart. This is how one apparently wrong decision beat perfect execution. So this happened in Brazil. Why Brazil here? Brazil isn't just big. It's one of the hardest beer markets on earth. Hot climate, extreme price sensitivity, millions of bars spread across a country the size of a continent. You don't win here just with clever ads. You win with discipline, logistics, and execution, or you die. So the company I worked for had built the perfect machine for this environment. More routes, more trucks, more coolers, and more bars than anyone else. But this wasn't just an operations company. They were strategically sharp. They understood consumer taste profiles. They segmented the market intelligently. They diversified where it made sense. And they didn't just dominate Brazil. They eventually acquired or merged with the biggest breweries in Europe and America. Their management style became the standard for the industry worldwide, to a point that Warren Buffett became so impressed by how they operated that he partnered with them on deal after deal. You can just look them up. They're called 3G Capital. These were not amateurs. These were arguably the best operators in the history of consumer goods. So that's why what happened next matters. This wasn't incompetence losing to competence. This was the best in the world getting blindsided by something they never thought to look for. Here's how beer works in Brazil. It's hot. You have to drink fast. The beer is designed to disappear. You finish one, you grab another. That's a volume game. And nobody played the volume game better than this company. They had the products, they had the price, they had the distribution to win that game forever. So, how do you beat them? You don't play the same game. So, Heineken used green glass as their primary glass. Every operator knows green glass is wrong. It lets in light. Light damages beer. Brown glass is safer, cheaper, smarter. So, why would anyone choose green? Because green doesn't protect the beer. What it does is it protects attention. That green bottle is a neon sign in a sea of brown. But here's what's actually bold about Heineken. It's not that green glass is harder to produce. It's not some operational miracle. It's that they made very few choices and stuck to them completely. Green glass, thicker bottle, iconic shape, distinctive bitter taste. That's it. 4 decisions. And every dollar, every ad, every decade of patience went behind those 4 things. The taste is part of the system. Heineken is bitter. It doesn't disappear. When you drink it, you know you're drinking it. So the company I worked for gave customers what they really wanted, the easy path. Heineken gave them resistance to the palate. That filtered who stayed in their brand. And that made the brand feel premium without even having to say the word premium. So while we launch great new presentations, new SKUs as we call them, new cans, new labels every quarter, Heineken did one thing. The same bottle, the same color, the same taste for years and years and years. And here's what's easy to miss. We couldn't do just that. When you're the market leader, you have to defend your core brands. We had Brahma, we had Skol, we had Antarctica. Those are massive. You can't abandon them to chase one magnetizing, overarching concept. So Heineken had nothing to protect. They had the freedom to commit fully to one identity. Over the years, as the numbers started to come out, they became brutal. 7 points of market share, 8 points, gone. That's billions in value transferred over time. But here's the honest truth. Heineken also got lucky with all this because consumer palates, they do shift over time. People do evolve toward bolder tastes, but it happens slowly. Heineken had the patience to wait for a change they couldn't have predicted with certainty. And the company I worked for, they learned, they adapted, not just in Brazil, but worldwide. I mean, they eventually turned it around. They have their answers. They're all out there for research. They're still world-class operators. This isn't a story of smart versus dumb. It's a story of what happens when clarity and commitment compound in a direction the market is already moving. So here's the question, or the two questions. Number one, are you optimizing what already exists? Or are you making a few clear choices and committing to them long enough for the market to catch up? Because sometimes the thing that beats perfect execution isn't complexity, it's clarity, commitment, and patience. This is the Design Arbitrage Podcast. My name is Gustavo Reichart. Thank you for listening.